I'm here at Bethpage Village Restoration with producer Jerry Parisi, who is in charge of this wonderful event that we're going to be having, and it's called Haunted Tales. You want to tell us something about this, Jerry?
Well, I'd like to tell you something. I haven't figured out what, Dad. Well, you know what? As for the producer title, it's basically for the five the haunted tales, the five haunted tales. And, I don't produce everything on it because that comes from the Old Bethpage Village Restoration. They have other shows going on, but I'm excited that we'll be playing to the audience on October 21, 22, and 23, 28, 29, and 30. And in that, our roles are different characters in these five particular haunted tales.
Right. Now, they were written by Sal St. George, who does historic plays generally. So this is right up his alley. And tell us something about the role that you're going to be playing and your scene, because it's different scenes, and people will be going from authentic house on the property to the next house in the dark. And tell us something about the scene that you're going to be playing in your character.
I'll be driving a city bus. No, I'm not. I play Vicar Fleming, and I will be performing an exorcism. And the exorcism is on poor Abigail Parker, who unfortunately was befelled by a demon. And one of the big problems is how to get the demon out. So they bring it to Vicar Fleming, and of course we're doing that in the beautiful church here on the Old Bethpage Village Restoration grounds, and I will be performing that exorcism.
Yeah.
What did you find out?
She was holed up in the livery stable.
She was caught born on a dead rat.
Dang, Miss Abigail, I took a shot at you after your husband passed on. I was thinking of calling you.
Well, you won't need a cat in your house. This here woman will take care of your bone problem. Lickety split.
Enough shenanigans. Bring the woman to me. Abigail Parker, do you know why you're here?
Did I do something wrong?
Abigail Parker, I hereby declare you a blasphemer and a heretic. This is my fault.
So now tonight we're at a rehearsal. Actually, we just came from Madhouse TV, where Jerry has his Filmmakers TV show, and he was nice enough to have me on as a guest, and now I'm having him as a guest, and we're actually going to have a rehearsal. So what do you think we need to do to pull this whole thing together? Because we're actually going up next week.
Well, one of the things that I have to remarkably say is that it's coming together very well now as we speak. But there are little things that loose ends have to come together, and I'll be meeting with Lindsay McKeever probably on Friday, along with the publicist. There's still a lot more to do, but in terms of the lion's share of acting and for what the public sees, well, we're pretty much there, and that's really good.
Yeah. I think that you've assembled really good creative people that are interested in really doing the best that they can, and we're having a lot of fun, and isn't that a big part of it, is that we're all having fun?
When are we having fun? Why? I didn't have any fun yet? Of course I had fun.
So Jerry, now also you've been in advertising. You had a TV pilot you worked on very hard. Here's to Us, and you have this, and you always have your hand in something, and you're always creative. How important is it for people to be creative?
The way we saw it in the advertising world is simple. Concept drives design. And that also means a good script drives a good show. And I can't tell you how important it is to get the building blocks correct when you're doing something this way, and how many things have to go into it.
Yeah.
So I would probably have to say, to answer your question right to the point, without being creative, you just don't have something. Yeah. Whether it's a show, an ad, all those different things.
Well, good luck with your performance, and good luck with my performance, because I'm going to be playing Mary Kelly in A Man Called Jack. I was Jack the Ripper's last victim.
Okay, this story takes place in London
and Helen's portraying Mary Kelly, who happened to be the very last victim of Jack the Ripper, and it takes place upstairs from the, there's a bar, saloon on property where they sell root beer and stuff like that. Upstairs, a small room that holds maybe about 30 people, very confined, just like this. People are sitting in rows, they're all around. They all get into the room and then the action begins.
How we butchered them girls. 4 dead, they say, but no one knows. Could be more, much more. Them girls were my friends, they were. My friends, my dear friends. They're all gone now. Butchered by them. Those poor girls. But me, not me, no. I will not be counted among these dead.
I am with Michelle Parisi, and she is playing the role of Abigail. Tell us the name of your whole story.
The Exorcism of Abigail Parker.
So you get to be exorcised, not exercised, exorcised, right?
Yes, I do get to be exorcised by my husband. Should be very interesting.
Right.
Yes.
Originally, they had the part written for a younger girl, and she said, none of that. If anybody's going to be exercised, it's going to be me. So let me ask you, what are some of the obstacles you have to overcome in playing your role?
Well, we have to have it certain special effects, which I can't go into at this point, but we have to work through the dynamics of the special effects. Right. And being that it's going to be multiple times a night, it's going to be interesting to integrate that.
Yes, we're going to be doing this about 15 times a night, roughly, right? Because it's 5 or 7 minutes, and we are working from 6 o'clock at night until 11 o'clock at night, and so it's as many times as we have to satisfy the crowds. Now, Michelle, she co-hosts the Filmmaker Show with Jerry at Madhouse TV. How do you like co-hosting with your hubby?
It works out very well. We sort of have a shtick that goes on during the show, as you saw tonight.
Yeah. You're kind of the straight man.
Yes. And the grounded one. Yes. Straight and grounded.
Thank goodness.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, good luck with your role, and I know it's going to be great.
Thank you. Thank you, Helen. I'm glad you came over today to do this, and I'm glad you're part of our production.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Always fun working with you guys.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm here with more actors from Haunted Tales, and your name is?
Frances Sanera.
And what skit are you in?
I'm in the Abigail the Exorcist.
Oh, that's a good one to be
Yes, it's scary.
What do you like about your character?
Well, I played one of the townspeople that helped bring Abigail in, and I'm in the background mostly, but we do a lot of, acting with, face and movement.
Uh-huh. A very important character, actually, because if you don't get her into where you got to get her, she's not going anywhere. And what about you? I'm with Frank Molino. Frank, how you doing?
Good.
And what's your skit and the name of your character?
Well, it's really no name. I'm the townsperson number 2.
Okay. In the same skit, Abigail. What's the whole name of it?
The Exorcism of Abigail.
Now, Frank, you've been doing other things, though, lately. You want to mention that? What did you do that I just saw you in last year? Snitches?
Oh, Snitches, yeah. That's an independent film. Yeah. And I also did a TV series with Alan Alda, The Brains on Trial. I was a juror number 12. Okay. And watching The Detectives, I played a detective, and that was for a year on the Biography channel. Oh, so I'm having fun.
Good. I'm glad. And I can't wait to work with you guys at this location at Haunted Tales.
Yes, thank you.
I'm with actor, producer, director Sal Ranella, and he is involved in this event with me, right? And what is the name of the skit that you're in?
Dead of Night. Isn't that pretty cool? Dead of Night. I mean, it's very apropos for Halloween. For Halloween.
Yeah, it is. And you play the part of a camper, right?
I play a part of a camper called Jeremy. Isn't it cool? This is a 209-acre colonial village that very fitting for Halloween. Yeah. Right, Helen?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And the buildings here have been, they're authentic buildings, basically, that have been transported from other locations around the world, from New England, whatever, and set on this beautiful spot in Bethpage, Long Island. So now you're also playing the role with a partner. Are you allowed to tell us anything about the premise?
About my partner is Diane Phillips. She's a former Long Island attorney, very pretty young lady. And what happens is we're campers, and I don't know how much more I want to say. I want people to come here and get the flavor. Even if you don't just come for me, come for all the other shows. I mean, Helen's got a great one.
Yeah, I have a good one because I play Jack the Ripper's, as I had said, his last victim. You're playing a camper, then we have an exorcism, and there's different things going on. So as people walk from building to building, they can kind of be afraid of what they just came from and be afraid of what they're going to. But it's not the jump out, we're going to scare you type of thing. It's actual theatrical scenes written by Sal St. George. So now also tell us, Sal, you just had a very interesting thing you did. You covered the Bud Abbott's birthday and the Lou Costello cleanup at the park. How did that all go?
I went well. I got to just interject some. Sal St. George actually interviewed Bud Abbott in 1972, a little bit before he died, and he's got it all on, he recorded it. Really? He was a young man at the time, so obviously, what happens is, that actually was Sal St. George. What happened is, when he goes and he does a tour, he actually plays the interview, which is so awesome. Anyway, so we did a park cleanup. You were part of it.
Yes, well, I did a TV show from there. I didn't really clean too much.
Oh, listen, you did what you had to do. That was awesome. And then we did the celebration of Bud Abbott's 119th birthday, 80th anniversary of their teaming up, 80th anniversary of Who's on First, 60th anniversary of Who's on First being inducted to the Baseball Hall of Fame, and 75-year anniversary of 4 of their movies, including my favorite, Buck Private. Well, it's pretty cool.
You had a lot going on, so I know you have to get inside and rehearse. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me, and I'm so glad that we're playing together.
I know. Awesome.
Okay.
Damn! Quick, come on, guys, send me! Olivia! It's the door! Lock it!
Jeremy, I saw them.
I saw them.
They are coming.
I know.
They'll be here any minute.
I know.
They are coming for it.
I told you, I know.
We have to turn it loose. Let them have it back.
I'm with a very terrific actor. I'm with Peter Quinones, and he is going to be a clown, which in this particular time and space is a little difficult, right, Peter?
It's a little scary, but we're going to do the show. It's a lot of fun.
So tell us something about the skit that you're in.
It's called Can You See Them? And basically, to try to put it in a nutshell, there's a narrator talking about these creepy visions he has, whether they're in the closet, underneath his bed, and I play one of the creepy visions.
Oh, okay. Now tell us something about your background, because you're doing a lot of theater. Mention one of your favorite things that you've done.
Oh, definitely my favorite is playing The King and The King and I. My dream is to do that on Broadway. I love that role. I've done it twice, and I would love to do it again. Yeah.
And now you were also in Jerry Parisi's Here's to Us, right? You did that. And you do another thing called The Prodigal Daughter. You want to tell us something about that?
Oh, yes. It was written by Doreen, a friend of mine, Doreen McDonald. Doreen Firestone McDonald. And she wrote this based on a parable called The Prodigal Son, but told from a woman's perspective. She plays the prodigal daughter, this other actress plays the angel, and I'm blessed to play God.
Oh, I didn't know you play God. I have to come and see that. So what do you think of this event? Isn't this going to be wonderful? Haunted Tales at Bethpage Village Restoration, right? And we're going to be doing it the last 2 weekends in October, and the people are going to get to see scenes acted by professional actors like Peter, and it's something really different, don't you think?
I believe so, yes, and it's going to be very interactive with the audiences that come in. Yeah. There are 5 tales that are being told. There's going to be also 2 haunted houses, and the sideshow that's going to be here also from Coney Island. Yeah. I'm a union actor. I'm SAG-AFTRA actor, yes.
Oh, Okay, well, continued success, and we're going to look for you in Haunted Tales.
Thank you.
Man, you see those things there, right? You want to play with us. You want to play with us. They want to play with us. Now they're carrying all of you, and you have 3 new friends that will watch you, and they will find you every night.
I'm here with Diane Hanna, and she's actually a co-host of a TV show herself, but she's in a skit that's going to be at Haunted Tales. And what is the name of your skit?
Can you see them?
And I think you're playing a nurse.
I'm playing the bloody nurse. Yes.
How do you like that? You've recently started acting, right? But you've been having some good success.
Acting for a couple years now, and I really just started doing theater, which I absolutely love. I was on Murdered by the Mob off Broadway last week, and I really enjoyed every minute. And this is going to be my second play that I'll be doing.
Yeah. So now, what do you think about this? Isn't this going to be exciting?
This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
And we have a great group. We're scary, but we have a fun little show. My little group.
Yeah, you
But
do. You do. And the thing is, you get to do it night, not only night after night for a few weekends, but you also get to do it performance after performance, and you're going to have different audiences each time. So, no 2 shows will be alike. You know that.
No, it's not. And it's going to be great because we have different audiences, and that's what we want to do. We want to really have a great night, let everybody enjoy themselves, and have a great time.
Okay, have a lot of fun, Diane.
Thank you so much, Helen.
I am with 2 of the actors from Haunted Tales. You want to introduce yourself and tell us what skit you're in and something about your character.
Hi, I'm Richard Kern, and I play the host, and the play name is Can You See Them? It's pretty creepy. It's going to be very exciting, so can't wait till you guys come on down and check it out.
And what about you?
And I'm Larry Dubin, and I am playing the hooded being, and I hope to scare the daylights out of you in Can You See Them? So come down and see if you can handle it, see if your heart is good enough, if it's strong enough.
Come down and see him and Can You See Them? And they're both scaring me already. Make sure you come on down to Haunted Tales, the Old Bethpage Village Restoration. I'm here with Rupert, and a show like this, of course, takes special kind of computer effects, am I right? And that is something that he's doing. You want to tell us something about what you're doing?
Sure. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to have a green screen, and I'm going to be doing stuff on the computer, which is we're going to be making a ghost. So there's actually going to be a green screen in the room, but it's going to look like a ghost because I'm going to create this layer of effects, which is actually going to be pretty realistic. The program that I'm using is actually, it's pretty expensive, so it's really advanced. It's like Hollywood type of stuff.
Really? That's good. So now, how long have you been working with computers and this type of thing?
All my life.
Oh, really?
Ever since I was like 8, ever since YouTube came out.
Really?
I got into video making and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Is there a website where somebody can find out more about you?
Currently on Facebook, because I do all of the designing for my father for his campaign since he's running for mayor. So I do all the banners, all the posters, all the flyers, cards, everything, all the videos.
So who was your father?
My father is Darren Aquino.
Okay.
And he's sitting right there in the back. I'm actually doing the play with him.
Okay.
He's going to be the narrator of the play. And
What's the name of the skit that you're doing?
The Bride in Black.
Okay.
He's going to be this creepy narrator, and I'm going to be the one operating the ghost.
I'm here with the future mayor of New York, we hope, right? You want to introduce yourselves to our audience?
Hi, I'm Darren Dion Aquino, National Chief Advocate for Disabled Police, Firemen, and Veterans. I'm also a TV, theater, and movie actor, and a children's book author.
Really? What book did you write?
I wrote a children's book called Seasons of Emma. It'll be coming out very soon, Christian Publishers. It's about a disabled child. It's a series. And as she grows up, it's going to help children also prevent bullying and also educate parents when they have disabled children to help them kind of walk them through it and be an encouragement.
Isn't Isn't that nice? Now, what do you think about your role in Haunted Tales? What are you doing? What's getting you in?
I'm a floating actor, but I'm going to be doing Can You See Them? And I'm also going to be doing The Bride Who Wore Black.
It's harder to be a floater, isn't it?
It's harder to be a floater because you got to remember so many lines, and I'm doing something Sunday totally off script, playing Jesus. So I'm going from Jesus to Haunted Mansion.
Okay, well, best of luck to you. They're locking the doors. They're throwing us out. But thank you for taking the time, and good luck for your run as mayor.
Thank you very much.
Oh,